Is it recording?
I
Yep, the clock's running.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
All right. Great. So I will call the meeting to order. It's 4:31. 4:30. So we don't have any members in our visiting today, so we have no public comment. The next agenda item is the approval of the July 16th minutes. These were available in the voter information drive, but I don't know if everyone has had a chance to read them, or you can, certainly look at them now. That's fine. I apologize for the wetness, but the ink didn't run at least, so.
Hey, we can read it. It's perfect.
So I guess the first thing I would be to accept a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
Yes.
Second.
Okay. And is there any discussion on the minutes? Okay, then I think we can move forward. Or no, now we have to vote to accept them, sorry. So all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. I should know at this point after running this committee for a couple of years, but all right. So the next thing on the agenda was to report on my conversation with the town clerk for dates around the local election in 2026, so we can try to get ahead of planning our candidates forum. Candidly, I did not reach out to Emily, and then today I thought I would get to town hall before it closed to ask, and I got there at 4:15. So. But I did send an email, and so I'll report on that in October. We'll still be ahead of the game if we have that information for the October meeting. And I asked, just confirming, I asked her, let her know what our plan was, how we want to get ahead of planning so we can let candidates know as early as possible. And I asked when the nomination papers would be available, when they were due to be returned, and just clarifying the date of the election. So I apologize for not having that for today's meeting, but I'll report on that at the next one. Does anyone have anything to add on that, or?
I don't.
Nope. Okay.
No, that sounds great. Still gives us plenty of time.
I think so.
I agree.
So then, also we were talking about doing some programming around Town Meeting 101. We have done programming in the past, and we also are aware of some other organizations who are also doing that town meeting training, and I think we're all busy, and so we want to, if someone's already doing that work, or if we've done it and done it well, like, let's use that information. So Emily, I don't know if you were going to be looking at so
I think I was going to look back at our original program with town moderator Michael Ford.
Right.
Did a Town Meeting 101 program that was recorded and posted on Channel 18, and my intention was to
well,
reach
I
out.
think we were all like, it is our first meeting back after summer, so we'll get on track for the fall. So
I'll create an action item for myself on my calendar to go back and find that, review it, see if there have been any changes.
Okay.
And I'll report back at the next meeting.
Okay, great, thank you. And I also, I think I'll be attending a Cape Cod Young Professionals event between now and our next meeting in October. So I will add as an action item to just chat with them to see if they have any programming plans around that we could promote, or
Okay.
if they have materials they'd be willing to share or something. So I asked Joy to add to the agenda the Town of Harwich request for legal services form, which the select board's office shared, I think, with all the committee chairs, and I'm not sure if it was the members too. I don't really think it is, I have saved it. I'm not sure we've ever had an opportunity to, or a need to request for legal services, but it's good to, I just want to acknowledge that the form was received, and should we ever need it, we understand that's how we have to follow.
Okay. Is that also in the shared drive?
I need
copy
that.
of that?
I'll add it. That's a
Okay.
great idea. Thank
Okay.
you.
Just a follow-up question, I'm
Please.
sorry. Request for legal services. So this is if a town committee is looking for like a legal opinion on something? Okay.
That's my understanding, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm sure, I can imagine other committees where that is a challenge.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose even for us, if there was some sort of, well, no, we're not offering the election, we're not running the elections, we're just sharing information on the elections, so, but, I like to stay as far away from lawyers as we can as a recovering attorney, right, so. The next item, I wanted to just share is Amy Jalbert has offered her resignation. I asked her to share a copy of her resignation she shared with the select board. She hasn't sent it to me yet. She said she would, but she is going to be pursuing her master's in taxation. And that we already know how busy she is with tax season and as a rule, so she just didn't want to be on the committee if she couldn't devote the time needed for it. But she was a fantastic member of our committee for her brief time, well, not really brief time, I think she was 2+ years, so certainly wish her well, and sorry to see her go. But that in addition to Joy saying, Joy has been our clerk for the committee for a number of years, and she's looking to make a move on it. I know I tried to make a move from the chair, but so I don't know if we should wait until Joy's here next month, assuming we have a full committee and we can talk further about reorganizing roles. I mean, I'm happy to continue as a chair, if no one wants to be the chair, but we will need a clerk.
Yeah.
And I think we also, now that we're down to 4 members, it gets harder for people to miss meetings. Like, that's why I checked with you both today that you were going to be here, because if one of us wasn't able to make it, we wouldn't have a quorum. And also, things come up, like you could have, just life gets in the way. So I'd love any ideas you might have for people who might be interested in being on the committee. I ran into Jamie Goodwin on the way in, and she was offering to have someone come on and speak with her volunteer Dinah to promote the vacancy. So I'll follow up with Jamie to do that. But I guess I would say, if you know anyone who might be interested, or if our viewing public knows anyone who might be interested, that would be great. If I was
someone that I
super
could mention it to,
prepared,
see if it's something that she would be interested in.
great.
I do have somebody in mind, but I will see if she'd be interested.
Okay, that'd be wonderful. I was going to say, if I was more prepared, today was just one of those days, I would have brought the committee charge just to, explain what we do. But basically, we're a nonpartisan group that promotes local election information and ways for local voters to get involved. So, that's why over the last 2 years, really, we've been involved in promoting committee membership throughout the town. 2 years ago, we had a table at the town meeting, and last year we had our video interview with the committee chairs to try to promote that. So now we're the folks looking for members. So,
Can we go back just so I can understand a couple of things?
Sure.
So first of all, I want to get back to that in a moment because it kind of involves the town meeting. Is there a town meeting date?
It's always the first Monday in May.
Oh, it's the first of May. Okay.
And there's
And
probably
when
an
you-
always for the town election too, but I'm not as confident as that.
Yeah.
That's why I
Okay.
was checking.
What do you mean by programming? Do you mean recording? Do you mean participate? What do you mean by report on programming around town meeting? I just need clarification on what that entails.
Sure.
Does that make
Emily,
sense?
do you want to talk about, because I think you were involved in the program when the committee had around that before my involvement with the committee.
Programming could be in person, it could be a recorded program. In the past, the program specific to Town Meeting 101 was just an overview. It was a video, it was a recorded program with our town moderator, Michael Ford, who runs Town Meeting.
Okay.
So he explained like all of the vocabulary and all of the different motions and the number of votes that you needed to move on, from one step to the next step.
Does he do that after the meeting? He sits with you and goes over it,
So
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be.
It's not specific to a town meeting warrant. It's just a
Okay.
general informational program that explains the mechanics or logistics
Oh, I'd be interested in
of
that.
Town
Okay.
Meeting 101. It's so helpful.
That
It
would be,
really
yeah,
is
I like
so
that.
helpful.
Okay. That.
Especially for people who, like me, moved from a city government with elected representation to a town meeting style government,
Right.
where town meeting is the way that things move forward
Right.
and the budget is passed and all those things. It exists. It's on Channel 18's YouTube page.
Yeah.
So you could certainly go back and watch it. It's just I don't think anything has changed logistically that we would need to update it, but I'll go back and watch it just to confirm.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do other programming in person, but that style works really well.
Yeah.
And if there's no need to reinvent the wheel.
Yes, so the Town Meeting 101, it is evergreen because it's not about a specific year, a specific warrant. But we also, Pauline, to your question, have had years when there have been some issues that voters really wanted to kind of dig a little deeper in. So one had to do with something with the regionalization. I can't remember specifics, but so we had a panel come in and one of our members interviewed, had questions, and it was kind of almost like a 101 on that
Warrant
article. And it wasn't taking a side, it was just these are the issues, and there might have been a pro and con. I don't even know if we got that detailed, but it was more like that. So, and that was when we had a larger committee. But so, I mean, that's an opportunity too. We won't know what the town meeting warrant is until March-ish. So then that gets a little rushed, but, depending on what the issues are, that might be something, and depending on how fully staffed our committee is, that is something we might want to take on.
Now I'm understanding exactly what you meant by Town Meeting 101.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but
Sorry.
thanks for the question, because it's, you're our newest member, so a lot of times, I think assumptions are made because other people have been in this committee for a little bit, so it's really helpful to have the new person's perspective to make sure that we're explaining it for anyone who might be watching it at home.
Perfect. Now I'm getting it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So that would be something that I would be interested in. So, okay, which brings me back to the last thing that we were talking about, and I can't remember how it related to the town meeting you mentioned, but anyway, it brought me back. We were talking about how many people we have, how many people we need, getting more people in and changing the structure a little bit. What exactly does the clerk do?
Yes, so they take minutes, they create the meeting minutes. We have a shared Google Drive for this committee, so the templates are created. They create the agendas. The agenda and the meeting minutes from the prior meeting minutes before they're accepted, they're draft meeting minutes.
Yep.
Those have to be filed with the town. I think it's 48 hours, but it's the practice for our committee and perhaps the town, but I know can only speak for our committee. We always file them the Thursday before the meeting. So we meet on Wednesdays, so Joy filed these, or posted these, I guess, last Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's 2 business days. So
Oh,
for
thank you,
example,
yeah.
if a committee met on a Monday or Tuesday, the weekend doesn't count towards that 48 hours. It's 2 business days.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah.
also if it was like a holiday, so I think that's why
Yeah.
we just adopted the post them the Thursday before. And there is an email I think that you actually send them to. I was a clerk for when I first joined, or shortly there. Well, when Chris Joyce retired, I guess is when I became the clerk. But I didn't do it that long, so I can't remember. But certainly Joy isn't going away, so I'm sure she'd be happy to work with whoever took that role.
Is she looking to give it up? Is
Yes.
that what it is? Okay.
Yes.
Um,
I'm sorry, I didn't state. Maybe
I will, if you need the help, I'm more than willing to try. I'm not saying I will be the best at it. How does that sound? But if she would coach me through it, and then I could give it a shot if that would be helpful.
That'd be very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. So Emily has taken the meeting minutes for today, so
Yes.
we could start that in October, and I could ask Joy to work with you to create and post both the meeting minutes that Emily will save in our shared Google Drive and the agenda. So we'll create the agenda. So for instance, I usually just talk to, I think I, as a rule, send out an email saying, don't reply to this email because of course we're, cognizant of open meeting law, but if you have topics you want to add to the agenda, please let Joy know by X date so she can file it. So that we would just do that. I think for me, next month it would be, the call to order, public comment, meeting minutes. Those are always on those first 3.
Okay.
And then it would be an update from me on the town clerk conversation, an update from Emily on the town 101, and then reorganization. Although I don't know we kind of had that reorganization with respect to the chair last month, so I'm happy to just continue on, but I guess I'll give my notice that FY26 will be my final year as the chair, unless you're...
I'm just trying to recall if we have to have an official slate and vote. I don't recall.
Well, why don't I...
reorganization.
Yeah, why don't we continue? I appreciate your willingness. I will make an action item to look at what is required so we can make sure we satisfy those requirements at the October meeting. Yeah, but we want to do it right.
Yeah, of course. No, of course. Yep.
It's just been so long, I can't recall if there has to be a vote on it, or
and
if
I actually have my binder that has the bylaws and all the stuff, but I was at a meeting until a couple minutes ago, so.
So that will be on the agenda.
So that'll be on the agenda,
October.
and then we'd have if we have. So the next item on our agenda for this evening is new business. So if anyone has any additional topics they wish to discuss, we could talk about it now. And then if there was an action item from that discussion, Pauline, then we would carry that over for the next agenda.
The next one. Okay.
My only point for new business is, as I was reading back through the minutes from July, we had potentially discussed adjusting meeting cadence to meet every other month in the fall. So we met July, September. Are we having an October meeting, or are we meeting in November?
I'd love to hear your thoughts. I feel like because November, well, I guess we could meet in November. I was thinking of Thanksgiving, but I think it's a late Thanksgiving, so I'm not sure it's impacted. What's your preference? What is...
with the concern being the number of members and being able to hold meetings for a quorum, it could be beneficial, I think, in the fall to have that every other month meeting, because knowing in the spring, that's when things will really ramp up. It could go either way. We could meet in October and December. We could meet in November and January.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should, I could see meeting next in November being beneficial to allow us time to locate possibly interested recruits,
Yeah.
have them apply, have them meet with the select board, and so then we would be, you know, more fully staffed. in
So, and
November.
then that would work also, but it would give us Christmas or the holidays, you know what I'm saying, where we wouldn't meet in December at all, then we'd start back up in January after the hubbub of those 6
Yeah.
weeks of, you know,
And we
everybody's got
likely
something
would
going
be
on.
January, February, March, April.
Yeah.
Multiple April.
Yeah.
Multiple
that-
April
right before
months.
the, yeah.
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 No,
Um,
I like that, thank you for suggesting or noting that, Emily.
So would it be the 19th? Is that the third? Is that what you're seeing? November 19th, Wednesday the 19th?
Is
It
that
sounds
the-
like it would be.
is
I
that the
don't-
third?
I don't
That's
my
what I have the
calendar
third
there,
week
yeah.
in.
which would be great because that would be prior to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanted to make sure it wasn't like Veterans Day or something,
Yeah.
which it wouldn't be, I guess, but,
No, that's the 11th.
I'm putting it right in now so that I don't
I
forget.
do think that would be beneficial for potentially reaching out to recruits and giving them that time to go through the process to apply, be interviewed.
yeah. I think also, I should let our select board liaison, just make them aware of our vacancy. I mean, I think
Yeah.
they should be aware because as I said, my understanding is Amy has submitted a letter of resignation, but just as a courtesy, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Excellent.
Any other discussion or new business?
Not at this time.
Not that I have.
Okay. Well, as always, we are an efficient group, but, you know, I think our November meeting is gonna be a little bit longer and we never go much past 5, but, I'll have an update on the, spring 26 elections, Emily, and also, Emily will talk about the town meeting 101, and, to the extent I find anything about other organizations doing it, I'll let you know that information so you can include that.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have some new folks. Pauline, you said you might have someone who's interested. If they are interested, as you know from when you did it, like there's an application there's actually an application on our committee's webpage, which is, you know, part of the town's website. And I'm sure there are paper copies available at the select board's office.
I'll see if she would be up for it, so.
That'd be great.
Yeah, and she would be a good addition.
Even if people don't apply before the November meeting, they're welcome to join, you know, as a member of the public, just to kind of see how things go,
That's
or
true.
watch the old meetings.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Channel 18, yeah.
Yeah, all right, I like that idea. Okay, I will mention that to her.
Okay, well, not hearing any other new business, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
4:53.